misunderstood, and still standing. Welcome, world. I'm Tantrum, your humble host, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about something called shared reality. Right? So I was watching a video. Motivated to Soar had a video, right? Let me see what was the name of that video. The video is called "They Are Good People But Not For You," right? So, I've been doing this YouTube for a little bit, right? And I was going through my analytics, right? And I got to noticing a couple things, and I'll get into that in a minute, right? But what I want to say is, basically, Luciana's success, when I told you that the odds was going to be against me, I was being serious, but I kind of didn't get to explain what I meant by that too much. So I always been like the person in the middle, right? And I haven't really had my whole tribe, right? So like it's easy for people to find certain tribes, right? But it seems like through all my life journeys, right, the only tribe that I really fit in with was the Crips, the self-destructive people, right? Not to say nothing wrong, and not to say that there ain't no good Crip homies doing stuff, because I know a lot of good homies that's teaching the youth and stuff, right? But most of the people on my channel that I try to put stuff out to, and the videos I have to make, is some of the videos that a lot of people in this community don't watch, right? So I'm not gonna call out no names or nothing, but like I said, I study my analytics very deeply, and it's crazy because it seems like when I was making shorts, it was moving a lot better. But so I try to stay consistent, but I'm giving up a lot of time and energy trying to do these lives and try to build, and it seems like there's people in the community that ain't showing up, right? And I am grateful for everyone that is showing up, right? But if you go to my channel, if I pull up my channel analytics and stuff, right, which I ain't gonna do because I don't want to put no one on blast, right? Because there's a couple people, right? There's no way that you could watch 10 hours of videos in 1 hour. So that means you're clicking on the videos, you're commenting, you're clicking off the videos, you're clicking onto another video, comment. It's killing my algorithm, right? So when I say shared reality, everybody's reality is different. People that watch Fox, they got the same reality. The people that watch CNN, same reality. No one's outside of the box. Everyone thinks in the same box, right? So when I make videos with people getting killed and stuff, I understand that there's a lot of people in the community that ain't gonna want to show up to watch that type of stuff. But these are the videos I got to make to show the little homies that I am teaching out here the real stuff, right? And it's harder in the YouTube because the people that I'm trying to teach, they ain't got time to watch YouTube videos because their moms is smoking crack cocaine and their dads is locked up. So I want to ask everyone in the community, how many of y'all's parents or how many of y'all grew up watching your moms smoke crack cocaine? You know what I'm saying? Not many, right? So what I try to do is I try to build this my community up so I can help the more youth and more youth and more youth. But it seems like it'd be a whole bunch of fakers. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of people just trying to fake it to make it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, stupidity is at its all-time high. If I made videos to be a dumb ninja, people would pay attention. So like, I appreciate everyone that is showing up. And I know that it's gonna build and more people will come, so I will continue to be patient, right? So I did my video analytics, right? And out of the 13 lives I did, which was 13 hours, and then the time I put in behind it, it's only 38.4 hours of watch time. I was doing way, way better just making dumbass shorts. Excuse my language, right? At that rate, I will have 4,000 watch hours. Guess when, y'all? April 6, 2029. Like, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So I remind myself that I'm humble and I'm patient, right? But I don't want to give all my energy to something that ain't working out when I know that I'm smart enough to make a lot of other things rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? So this always been like a side little hustle. I'm not giving up on it. I'm not giving up on the community, and hopefully people will grow to like me, right? Because a lot of people where I'm from, they do stereotype. They misjudge, they misunderstand me. But guess what? I'm still standing for a reason. Because I could have been around the most dangerous people, man. No lies. I was around maybe 30 people in my unit. Everybody stabbing everyone up. And if you didn't stab somebody, they looked at you like you was a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, growing up in that lifestyle, because I put myself in the fire and I've somehow climbed myself out the fire and I made it without being a rat or having to stab somebody up or get myself killed. I want to teach the little homies that's running towards the damn fire not to go in the fire, right? So I understand that there's a lot of people in this community that won't understand what I'm trying to bring to the table, right? But the people that do understand ain't gonna be the type of people that need to be around because I've always been stereotyped. I could be around the richest type of people and they'll have a job for me. But think about it, even at the lowest type of job, when you're selling dope, the dude that you're buying dope from is not gonna let you out get past him. He's gonna get you robbed or something, right? But it's the same thing around the rich upper class people. They say, I just feel like there's a right and wrong, right? And we got to right our wrongs. And that's what I try to do, right? I try to right my wrongs. I know I grew up in self-destruction. When you grew up watching your mom smoke crack, cocaine, being raped by a cop and the cop killing himself, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of words I ain't supposed to use on YouTube now. I'm gonna be raw with it now. If it gets kicked off, oh well, you know what I'm saying? But in childhood, like I said before, in most childhoods, you grow up and you want to, when you play cops and robbers, you want to be the fucking cop because it's funner to chase the fucking robber, right? But at the end of the day, when your world gets crushed and you find out that a police officer raped your mom and then killed himself, like the badge of honor goes out the window and then you start seeing reality, fake ass politics. You know what I'm saying? That's with Crips, Bloods, that's with Democrats and Republicans. There's a right and wrong. So, I don't know, I'm trying to be patient with this stuff. I got the little homies in my tattooing. The tattooing still going crazy. And so I put this on there, this card right here. This is the card, the winner of the week for the free tattoo. It goes to Sierra Dixon. The little homie, I got to watch her grow up too. She just got the luck of the draw. You know what I'm saying? So if she sees the video, she get her $100 off of a tattoo. And if she don't see the video, then maybe the next person will. I don't know. So when I showed up at the parade the other night, right? The video thing wasn't working. They had jammers, I think, because there were so many famous people around. And then somebody had a gun. My daughter got sprayed by pepper spray by the police. Like a whole bunch of bull crap happened, right? So it kept kicking Wi-Fi. So then finally I got loaded up. You know what I'm saying? I had to get the right spot. I got around the right area and stuff. But it was all right. I had fun, and I got to see a whole bunch of little kids have fun, and that's what was cool, right? And the only NFL player I wanted to see was Sterling Sharp because I wanted to tell him that he's supposed to have been in the NFL Hall of Fame right before even his brother. Nothing to take nothing away from Shannon Sharp, but Sterling Sharp should have been there first. His stats was way better, and he was a Hall of Famer way before Shannon Sharp. And I got to do that. I got to see him, and I got to tell him. So that was a cool thing, you know what I'm saying? I just wish I had somebody that could walk around and record me as I went and moved and grooved. You know what I'm saying? So if anyone has any questions and they don't understand, you know what I'm saying, the lifestyle that I came from and where I'm trying to go, then I understand that you'll never understand. Some people will never understand. You could give somebody a plan from A to Z, how not to be a dumb ninja, and guess what? Easy steps too. And they're still gonna be scratching their head not knowing how to do it. So, what's up, Shark, man? You ready for 2K26, man? Yeah, certain childs go through a lot, man. My daddy didn't let us see him smoke crack, but he told us to do what he was doing. Yeah, see, Exactly, man. That's basically, a lot of people these days they watch their moms and dad grow up on fentanyl and stuff, and there's a lot of us that grew up on um, seeing that self destruction, right? And there's even some of us that done cocaine and experiment with other drugs, and so you and everyone else got to see the bigger picture. That it's all a trap. And so the people that's coming out the trap, that made it out the trap, you should let them tell their story about how they made it out the trap so our other little ones don't get trapped off neither. Because now it ain't just the little kids in the ghetto. It is a lot of kids, politicians' kids, everyone in Congress. I guarantee everyone's been affected by fentanyl or have lost someone to fentanyl or something like that. So I just encourage y'all to keep moving forward and keep striving every day to be a better man and a better woman and be a God person. Like I said, it don't matter what religion, just believe in a God and just know that there's a higher power and stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in the nonsense. Like a year ago, I was caught up in the news. So I thought the world was going to blow away, blow away, blow away. Then I realized that it's all programmed. Everything's staged. All this is staged. Everything we're watching is staged. Just like in every other country. I used to talk stuff about how North Korea used to brainwash their people when it was staged, right? Well, America is doing the same. It's just a big stage, but it's getting exposed because there's so much social media. Keep making your videos, Tantrum. Thank you, Luciana Success. Like I said, I'm gonna make a video showing you how to make the ticker thing, right? Because same thing, don't give you the fish, teach you how to fish. And so I thought about that concept a lot this weekend, and same thing with my daughter. I don't want to just give her money and have her do this, have her do that. I need to teach her how to get her own money and how to work hard, but to appreciate herself because she's been working real hard for little money, and I want her to, start off working hard, but the object is to work less hard and get paid more. So that's what I'm trying to get it going with her, for sure. But yeah, motivated to soar. She made a lot of sense in her video, and I started looking at my analytics, and then you start studying comments, and then you start seeing who in the community is really faking and who's not, and who's trying to get by, and who don't really like stuff. But it's cool that they show. It messes up the algorithm. So all I say is just don't show if you're just gonna click on and then click off. You know what I'm saying? Because the stuff I make is gonna be deep, and I'm gonna talk about more stuff in depth. That camera's already got set up, and I got a lot of stuff. B-roll, 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 B-roll. That's all I'm working on. Rodney, Melissa, y'all got some great interviews. I got a shoot over there. I said I'll be over there by 10:30 this morning. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do is just keep working on the channel for real. And when I'm making videos, y'all just know that these ain't videos that I know some of y'all want to see. It's just important videos that I have to make. Work smarter, not harder, Shark. We got to get on that 2K, man. If you ain't doing nothing, we could get on there in a little bit. I feel like if we could get a little team going, and that's all I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of money up. Like right now, I'm putting up a little bit of money for a trip to Baltimore. And then I'm putting up a little bit of money for this and a little bit of money for that, and just slowly let it build, you know what I mean? And I slowly want to start making a couple of businesses, and I want to get branded, and I want to do a lot of stuff, so I got to keep educating my stuff. I got to keep educating myself. I'm not really a morning person, so this 90-day challenge thing is really a challenge, you know what I mean? Because I feel like there's 1,000 other things I want to do, but I know that if I keep doing this, that it helps me get to talking to the phone for one, because that wasn't my area, just talking to the phone. I'm good at talking to crowds and seeing reactions and going off of reactions and stuff, right? Lushan Success said, people I was rocking with are falling off and being weak. I don't have time to play either. Yeah, I just feel like, man, I feel like everyone's trying to build, and I get it that they're busy. But if I feel like if I'm watching 20 videos and really watching the fucking videos, excuse my language, but paying attention to the video, trying to learn the person, you know, I'm trying to build the community, you know what I'm saying? And then people ain't doing it back. It's like, dang. So then it's like, are they still stereotyping? Am I still being misunderstood when I'm trying to be overstood? You know what I'm saying? But either way, I'm still gonna be standing because God got a purpose. Desi, how you doing, bro? How you feeling? Top of the morning. I feel like it's a beautiful morning. So I started making another football Hall of Fame with every last NFL player that, and you know, like, but it would have been a short. So I don't want to make no shorts. Maybe I can make it and just throw it on TikTok or Facebook. The Meta, you know how I got the Meta Ray-Bans. They keep inboxing me on Messenger talking about upload more content and they want to see more. Man, I'm not trying to get involved with 50 platforms. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build these videos up so I can prepare myself for a TED Talk so I'm not going in there stuttering, right? Because like even the other day I was reading and I got the stuttering, right? And it's words that I could see when you're locked up, you read silently, right? So I've read so many books and I can understand perfectly. But when you get to reading out loud, there's words you can understand perfectly, but you don't say them in everyday life. So you get to stuttering, right? So the words I get to stuttering, I get to writing them down now, and I try to turn my weaknesses into strengths. So this 90-day challenge is doing a lot of things. It's bringing your strengths up, and you can only get better and better. And I don't really care about the subscribers. You see, I got 7,000. If I like 6,000 of them because they weren't part of what I'm trying to do, then so be it. Matter of fact, if I lost all of them and only had 10 people that was ride or die, I'll be fine with that too. Because guess what? I'm the type of person that knows how to generate money. I could take 10 people and we could all throw $200 in a pot for a year, and guess how much that equals and what kind of business we could start then. You know what I'm saying? Just like Lushana Success said, we can start doing lives and start teaching each other business and lives. Imagine 4 people on the screen right now, and let's say Lushana Success was sitting there teaching us about taxes or something, right? And we're taking notes and we had questions, right? There's a lot of other people like me might want to, you know what I'm saying, they make their comments like, well, what about that? And what about that? And I know the algorithm will pick it up. So all we got to do is be smarter as a community if there is only a small group, right? Rodney Melissa Valen said, you are so right about every day. We need to just get a little bit better. Yep. And so that's all I try to do. I try to educate myself. Like I've been trying to work on videos and focus on lives and what I'm going to do next, and keep up with my tattoo appointments and cars breaking down and dogs getting fatter and fatter and putting them on diets and doing what I got to do that, you know what I'm saying? It's perfect though because I stay busy. I wish there was more time in the day, you know what I mean? But I feel like as long as I keep learning, like there's videos here, there's a couple things I want to go look at and I haven't even got to look at. I got paid for certain AI things, and I don't even know if the credits roll over the next month, and I haven't even had time to go create the videos. But there's something called Z.ai. I want to go check that out. And then Runway got something new. And then Google LM, they do slideshows now, right? So if you go to Google LM, you can take YouTube links. You can go to ChatGPT and make summaries. You can make your own videos. You can put all this information, like 100 different docs in one, and have it create a podcast with slideshows. I'm not saying you have to take all that. Just take a little bit out of it, and when you make a video, throw that up in there. You know what I'm saying? Just get 1% better for every video. That's all I say. He said, I'm looking into something that may help all of us here. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I gotta, if you figure that out, you know, I'm all ears, because as I teach, I learn. Just like Lushana Success, she's buying courses that cost $700, $1,000 to teach the community, and like she said, people are falling off. You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to build everyone up. We're trying to build people up, but people are falling off. And it reminds me of like climbing to the pyramid. Like I'm climbing up the pyramid, and then you're down there pulling my leg, and I'm looking at you like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I look down and you flip me off and you let go. Because you know I'm about to climb back down and pick you up again, right? But how many times do you want me to pick you up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you guys to be able to climb the pyramid yourself, and so does she, right? So why would you fall off when there could be a whole tribe of us like that, right? So I understand that people are busy, right? But you got to know who is who, right? Like you said, the 20%, the people that show up daily. I'll sit there and I'll support Twitch streamers, YouTubers, this and that. And once I see that there ain't no support coming back, I slowly start fading away. And that's how I am in real life. Just like the video that Motivation to Shore said, they may be good people, but they may not be for me. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing around when I started changing my life and getting away from certain people that was selling dope and, you know what I'm saying, standing on corners and doing all that stuff, chasing cars down to make a couple dollars. Like, man, you know what I'm saying, risking getting killed. Like, this stupidity was all time high, so I had to get away from it. But the stereotype's still there. I could walk in the Dollar Tree right now and have what? Let's just say I go in there and I have $500 in my pocket. I don't want to say how much money I keep on me, but $500 in my pocket. Got a pocket full of money, right? And you walk in the Dollar Tree to buy something, and the lady's looking at me like I'm stealing, because she don't know who I am. And so I'm like, dang, that's crazy, because there's a crackhead back there and she knows he's stealing, but she's too scared to say something to him. But since I'm like a little bit more like mature and well dressed, she's getting ready she's keeping her eye on me. So like I just don't understand, but I overstand, right? I give off that demeanor, and maybe that's because I had to survive in the situations I was in prison. And I'm little, and guess what? I didn't care how big you was. Even right now, if someone walked in my house and they're 7 foot, 400 pounds, and they look like a wrestler, in my mentality, they're gonna have a problem with me. You know what I mean? But I come in peace, and I don't want to see self-destruction or nothing like that. So I wouldn't understand why someone would just walk in my house when I want to give them a reason to do that, right? I've seen your videos, Sister Success. I just need to put more time aside to check them out. Oh yeah, and I told you, if you come to the community, you start learning more, the video uploads. Like, she teaches us all that. That's why I try not to get on here, and I'm not teaching none of that. And then you got Nemo, he does motivation. You know what I'm saying? So like, I try to keep in my own lane, but I want the community to come together. So my lives is not for 50 million people in the world that trolls and this and that. I could go on there, I could dress up super crippy and put my Crip flag on, and motherfucker get on there and start talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But what is that gonna get to? You're putting out negative energy to the world. Yo, Lee Motivates, good morning. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't want to put out that negative energy. And I don't know who said it. I think it was Luciana, but someone just said it, and I heard it before, and I've heard it many times, but like, sometimes you don't even want to shake someone's hand if they got that type of vibe. If they got a messed up vibe or a demon in them, you don't want to give that person a hug or even try to help that person, like, oh, it's going to be all right, and pat them on the back. No. You're going to say, pray for that person in whatever religion you believe in, and stay back. You know what I mean? Stay back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so today is Monday. I know I got a busy day. I got to try to catch up for all the work I fell back this weekend. I got people that's in their feelings. There's some people that need tattoos because some people used to be on drugs, and that's like a new drug to them. There's some people that are depressed. Like, I tattoo on a lot of different people, preachers and correctional officers and Crips and crackheads and principals. Like, man, so it's all types of people. I could make a phone call right now and have 20 Crips and Bloods pull up and be cool with each other, or I can make a phone call and have the person that ran for the mayor pull up. And so I feel like when you learn how to balance your life like that, then you could use that to your advantage. But it's a scary thing to play both sides of the fence. That's what they try to say it is. Oh, you play both sides of the fence. No, it's I'm a good person that came from bad ways, and I'm trying to teach. I'm on the good side of the fence, and I'm trying to teach the little homies on the bad side of the fence where they're fucking up at. Where they're fucking up at. Excuse my language, but that's my moral of making this channel is to teach the little homies. And if you think about most of the little homies that I'm teaching, their moms are smoking crack. They kick it and party all night. They run the streets. Their parents don't care. They're not going to watch no video. So it's up to y'all to support so I can come up with better ideas and y'all can help me come up with better ideas because more minds together is more creativity. And then I can really get to being out here helping these little children, you know what I'm saying, learn better ways than self-destruction and gang banging. And the ones that are in gangs, you know, I know how to get to them too. Because I came there and I've been there and I've done that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're in a gang don't mean you have to self-destruct and air the whole neighborhood out. These little dudes, when I was at the parade, man, I didn't see one dude walking by themselves. There was all in groups, and they looked like they was all having guns, and they all looked scared. Luciana Success says, so true, Tantrum. I'm community leader, but we must have discernment. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's just crazy, man. And so, like, I felt like I went out there to try to do recordings. Soon as I went live, someone came on there talking about they seen titty and ass. Then I instantly was like, oh, I had to turn the camera because that ain't what I'm trying to show y'all. I'm trying to show y'all the city. The police is out there spraying people. I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe this wasn't for me, right? And then they got jammers because somebody got jumped and beat up and somebody pulled out an AK or something like that. So they were looking because there's so many famous people in the city. Like there was a lot of famous people in the city. So many that can't even keep track, right? But so what I do is when I was out there, I seen when I first got out there, I seen a lot of people I knew. But then I realized there's a lot of little kids that I don't know, and there's a lot of them growing up, and you could see the ignorance, right? I had the video got erased, right? Because it was shaky. I had to realize how hard it was to walk and keep a steady camera, not get tripped by a wire on the ground, because there was all kinds of wires on the ground. Little kids almost hit me with footballs, ran me over with golf carts. It was kind of crazy out there, man. But it was a lot of fun. I did see a lot of little babies having fun, and that's what I like to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then there's, of course, you know, there's the weird people all around. The dude at the store was trying to rob the people that came from out of town. Yeah, so, yeah, but the average, so I got over 200 views on those lives, but I think the average view duration is only like 4 minutes. So, like I said, I did the analyzation, right? So out of 12 of the live videos, right, it came up to be a total of 1,722 views, bro, right? And then 38.4 watch time hours, right? Now, I just got to be patient, that's all. And like I said, at that rate, I want to hit 4,000 hours until like April 6, 2029. So I'm not tripping though, right? Like I said, I just need to make videos that when I'm ready, that I could go and present myself around the right people. And then even if I got a small community, I could show them, look, I got a small community. This is what I'm trying to do. Here goes $25,000. We're going to start anti-bully organization. You know what I'm saying? I need a couple other people to throw some bread in, and we're going to take off because the kids need certain things. In this city where I'm at, the education rate is getting lower and lower. And I'm cool with my daughter's principal, and so I feel like he's a high school principal, and so this year when school starts in a couple weeks, I feel like I'm gonna try to get involved as much as possible. He inboxed me yesterday, and he said, well, let me see what he said. Oh, it's on this phone. It's on this phone. Oh, no, you know what it is on this phone, because he sent me some footage of the Football Hall of Fame. No, he said, come out and help us, brother. Save the community, right? And then he put the picture of us together, right? Because he took me to a meeting, and right after he got done with the meeting, he went and met Farrakhan. right? So he got a little bit of pull, right? Some of the people, you know, them are the people that I get around with, people that were older generations. Like, people don't understand who Farrakhan is. And I tell people, like, dang, you knew how Malcolm X and Martin Luther King is? And people be like, yeah. And I'm like, and you don't know who Farrakhan is? And they be like, nah. I'll be like, well, Farrakhan got more power probably than Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. And if he said, burn America down, this joint is going. And I shouldn't say that out loud, but you know what I'm saying? Because Farrakhan, a lot of Farrakhan stuff is blocked out. But I don't know, man. It just, I feel like we're being programmed by the media and social society, and then our shared realities ain't the same reality. Like, if all you do is watch Fox News, you're not gonna relate to nothing no one's talking about that watches CNN. And I mean, a lot of y'all might not understand that, right? But it's like we try to get in the community in each other's space, but there's only gonna be certain people of the tribe that comes. And then you gotta think, a lot of people from the tribe that's super creepy and shit, like, they're not gonna come because they're not gonna wanna look like that. Like I'm going out on a limb. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm doing right now is speaking up against self-destruction, right? And that right there, that you could get killed for that type of stuff, y'all. And you know how they say, live by the sword, die by the sword? Well, guess what? I might die by the sword. And even when I was in prison, guess what? The only people you had to worry about was your own people, right? You didn't have to worry about the other oppositions or whatever you want to call them. You just had to worry about your own people, right? But I feel like I should have died a long time ago. And if I got to go out here and save the little homies and teach them this and that, that's what I'll do, right? And so I found myself going out to projects, in the projects, getting in the middle of fights, stopping dudes from beating their girl up in front of their kids. I was just doing too much, right? So I felt like when I fell back and started doing this tattooing, I'm still in the streets, but I'm out the streets, right? So they say freedom of speech, but some things can only be said in certain rooms. Yeah, for sure. Because a lot of people don't understand that, right? They be thinking Kanye's crazy and they don't understand what happened to Jamie Foxx. Like, a lot of people don't really pay attention. They're blind. When I was a little kid, I used to think only people on drugs used to say stuff like that. Like, oh, only 3% of the people's gonna know what's going on and 1% runs the population. Then I started really paying attention, and if you think about it, they're kind of right. So, like I said, I try to stay away from Republican and Democrat and left and right. I don't understand nothing but what is right and what is wrong. We'll go help Israel blow up a whole bunch of countries and put them in poverty, but there's kids and all you see is Israel and Ukraine on news, right? And if you look at Israel and Ukraine and you put their total populations together, it's probably only like 15 million. Then you turn around, you look at Sudan. Sudan got over 20 million people fleeing for their lives right now, and they don't even make our news. You know why? Because they ain't got no resources. And guess what? They need to dig holes and get our minerals. So Americans, we're too busy. We don't want to get up and turn the TV. We need battery. So they got to get down there and dig for them. But they don't report that. You'll see stuff like that on Twitter. And that's the one thing I will give Elon Musk. I think it's kind of weird what he's doing with AI. And he's actually like going to be like a super bot pretty soon if he wanted to be. But he is giving people free speech to show what's going on in the world. And so Twitter is a good platform to see what's going on. But it's not a platform for a lot of people that should be on there. Crystal's morning. Crystal's world, good morning. How you feeling today? I hope you're having a blessed day. I was just talking about people's shared reality and checking analytics and seeing how certain things don't match up. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why when we say watch somebody's video, if you're gonna be a supporter, Be a supporter, right? Watch the video and pay attention what they're talking about, right? Now I can understand if you fall asleep or something like that, but there's no way you're commenting on 10 hours worth of videos in 20 minutes. Oh, watching it all the way through. Great live, watching it all the way through. Or great video, right? Boom, when you see 5 or 6 messages like that in like 5 minutes, that's not good because they're clicking on your videos and clicking right off and they're killing your algorithm. I don't know if people understand that. I mean, I don't know if Luciana's success is be talking out her ass or if people be paying attention. And I hate to cuss or nothing like that, but she really do be trying to teach us the right way, right? And then if you go look at other people's channel that's growing, go look at Roddy and Melissa. They took what they start off doing, you know what I'm saying, as a couple thing. And then they were like, hold up, you know what? We could do this. And then they see something start working. And then they start doing more interviews and more interviews. And then they hit a speed bump and they seen a couple stop signs and they dodged a couple bullets. But they're still going. They're still on cruise control, right? And so what you got to do is watch what people are doing, right? Study. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not going to be a true supporter, then I wouldn't even say, like even myself, I'm not even going to subscribe to people's channels like that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go watch a video. I'm going to make a comment. I'm going to see what people are talking about. If not, I'm falling back because I don't really need subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really, even if I didn't have but 10 of y'all, I'd be thankful for the 10 of y'all I did have that did show up. You know what I'm saying? Because then it would continue to grow because the algorithm would be cool. But when you got 7,300 subscribers and only 5 or 6 will show up, you know what I'm saying? And a couple people will half-ass it, then it's like, dang, am I wasting all my time and energy in the wrong place when instead of making videos and going live, I could be out there in the projects right now, risking my life, motherfucking trying to get crackheads to go to rehab, you know what I'm saying, and try to get the little kids to get backpacks and school supplies to get ready for school, right? But I don't like recording that type of stuff because I feel like I lose my blessings, right? I don't like to show the world what I do for people, man. That's why I said God got a better plan for me, right? And so no matter what, I always been stereotyped and misunderstood, right? But like I said, I always still stood, right? So that's why I kind of put the tags away and I'm going to just let whoever come, right? Rodney and Melissa said, or hold on, let me see. Crystal's World said, pushing through for sure. Rodney and Melissa Vava said, when we say we watch the whole thing. Oh no, I understand. Look, like I could tell by the messages, right? Dushan Success said, freak risk in your life, there's a better way. For sure, and so I feel like the better way is to make these videos, right? And and I'm trying to get them more involved. Like I said, the winner of the tattoo drawing for the week is Sierra Dixon. And after I get off my live, I'm going to make a post and I'm going to tell the little homies the winner of the free tattoo of the week is in the video, go watch if you got a card. And the people that got a card. And if they don't watch, then guess what? They don't get no free $100 off of his tattoo. You know what I'm saying? We'll do another one next week until people catch on. Sometimes you got to talk to people like toddlers, right? When I do Chat GPT, right? Sometimes it'll start saying intellectual words, and I'll be like, all right, you know, like, let's bring it down in tone. Because think about our president, he speaks with like a 4th grade education or something like that, right? So if you go look it up, right? People don't understand certain stuff. So then I'll say, break it down for a 5th grader to understand. And then I try to break it down for people like that, right? But there's still people that's so smart, but so slow. They got degrees, psychiatrists that could tell you everything going on in your head, but they don't know how to go home and cook macaroni and cheese. I don't know no more. People go to school for years to become something that they're not even meant to be. I feel like we're sending our kids to college to go in debt, and they don't even know what they want to be yet. They want to go have fun. They're turning 18. We tell them they can't do nothing until they're 18. They can't do nothing until they're 21. Turn down, don't do it. So when they turn 18, 21, what do you think they're going to do? Right. So I feel like our education is killing our kids' creativity. How we parent our kids is killing where they could become. Luciana Success said, "Yeah, wow, best thing anyone can do is take an hour a day and watch 3 or 5 people a day fully, because if you don't watch all the way through, it's jacking up the algorithm." Yeah, correctly. That's correct, right? And so that's what I was saying. Like, I don't even want people to hit the video if they ain't gonna watch it. And so to go back, what I was saying is, when you do watch the video, that's why she says it's important to leave a comment about what you learned in that video, right? Especially if it's a how-to video. It'd be like a good educational video. I learned this. And then say what you actually learned. And if you didn't learn nothing, or if you had questions, really ask this question. Talk to people like a person, right? And you'll get a better result than, I guess, talking to, just making a comment, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm is weird and it's tricky, right? But it will pick up on bull crap, right? Like, guarantee if I go outside and I get 4 crackheads and I tell them to start fighting, I'm gonna put you on live, this thing will shoot up on views, right? Because the world is stupidity. People like to see weird stuff, right? And so, I just don't know, right? I feel like I'm fighting against the world, right? But I feel like anyone that's a God person, they'll know, right, that there's always going to be a fight. Don't say you're a believer and don't think God ain't going to test you. You know what I'm saying? So if you're really a believer in God, God is going to test you. And so I come out here with lots of struggles and a lot of stress sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot going on in the lifestyle that I try to get, that I'm working towards, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can have $1 million homes and stuff like that in the near future, but I gotta work towards it and I gotta educate myself, so when I start playing with the money, that the bigger bank don't come and take the lower bank, and then I'll be looking like Boo Boo the Fool when it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really trust many people, right? I don't even trust the bank. I think the bank's getting ordered when they're telling me to sign a piece of paper. So you think I trust somebody on the street that's trying to teach me this? Right? So now I gotta go to 50 million videos on how to do taxes right, how to be a tattoo artist from home, and how to do this right, how to do this and that. And then I don't watch just one video. You know, I watch a couple people's video. And if it's educational, I gotta pause an hour video. It might take me 6 hours because I'm actually writing things down, like I showed y'all time after time again. I don't just print and paste stuff. I actually write stuff down. Write stuff down. I manifest stuff. Right? Yes, we're all going to get tested, especially being a believer. And so it makes me sick when you see somebody that don't care, and they don't care what no one thinks about them. I don't care what no one thinks about me. Right? That statement right there is kind of crazy, because you should care what someone thinks about you. You should have some integrity. You should have some self-respect. That's just how I feel, right? Now, you shouldn't care that if you want to be a preacher and there's going to be 1,000 people that hate you for it, oh, well, they'll get over it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be 1 million people that love it, right? But when I teach self-destruction, think about it. Not that many people is going to pay attention and listen, except for the little homies, because I've been there, done that, and I can relate to them, right? And they're not coming on video. I try to get them involved. The little homies don't want to get involved. There's Spanidia. Hello, how you feeling? Say hello, chat. Remember to like the stream, y'all. I try to come up with some ideas to get more people involved. And I kind of got to figure out my niche all the way down, because if I'm going live, right, what I do is when I go live is I try to get y'all involved in, and I don't want to pinpoint nobody or pick nobody out, but I just try to let y'all know where I feel like certain people, even myself in the community, is messing up. Like, did you know you could, if you got a computer, you could download ChatGPT and it will do a review of your channel for you? You could screenshot stuff and ask it. Even put up in your own links and stuff and ask it, how much money or what you should do to make this video better and stuff like that. Yeah. I try to come on every morning from 8 to 9, y'all. It's a 90-day challenge. Like I said, I'm not a morning person, but the early bird gets the worm, and that's one thing I always learned, right? Even when you think about Wall Street and stuff like that. By noon, they already got their deals signed, and they're going to lunch, and they're happy, and they're doing what they got to do, right? This phone. I'll be having too many messages. It's hard to keep up sometimes. Yeah, I know that's the only thing about doing the live at 8 in the morning, right? And so even when I used to hustle and stuff, right, the only time I only slept 4 hours a day. I would sleep from 5 in the morning to 9 in the morning. And everyone would always see me from all different sides of town. They'd be like, dang, this dude never sleeps, right? Because think about it, 5 in the morning to 9 in the morning, people are always either asleep, getting ready for work, or at work, or driving to work, or back and forth. They're not worried about, think about how many people are you worried about from 5 in the morning to 9 in the morning. You're trying to figure your day and stuff, right? So that's why no one ever noticed I was asleep, because I always sleep at them times. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. So, I feel like when I die, I can sleep. I'll be able to rest. But until then, I got to continue to work hard to leave my family with something, try to teach them generation wealth, and just to continue to educate self and educate y'all, man. Let y'all know that there is people that actually came out the fire. Like, it's crazy. Like, I had one of Nipsey Hussle's OGs, right? One of Nipsey Hussle's OGs called me the other day, and he wanted me to generate. He was like, cuz I need a logo for my business. He said he needs an N, a 4, and a lowercase z with a map, and he needed this there, this there, this there. Man, I generated that in like 2 minutes and sent him like 3 different ones, and he was cool to go, right? Because he's on the right track, and he's gonna do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? So there's certain people in my past, whether they came from negativity or positivity, if they're a good person, I'm gonna keep them as a good person. Like, I'm not, like, good men recognize good men. And no matter what gang you're from, if you're a politician, when you treat people like people, that's when you get respect. And when you treat people a different type of way, then you get treated that same way back. You know what I mean? Just like if you treat a whole bunch of immigrants a certain type of way, don't think they're not gonna respond. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go back to politics and stuff. It seems like it's crazy because the whole world is politician. I don't want to start talking about aliens because y'all think I'm crazy, but the more I study, the more that I know nothing. That there's so much more knowledge that you could keep studying and studying and studying and will never come up with the answers. But if I die early, please push my music, family. That's what's up, man. Like, are you in the United States right now? Or are you in Africa? That's why I said, right, this is the things, right, I feel blackballed because I don't bite my tongue, right? And so certain things you will get blackballed on YouTube, right? There's certain things that you can't say, but then if you go look at other people's lives, they're sitting there cussing out the people the whole time, just cussing out their life the whole time. Fuck you, da 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 da. And there's like 700 people watching them. You'll be like, wow, that's crazy. And you got 700 people watching you for 4 hours and you're cussing them out the whole time. But then there's someone like you. All right, so look, on the music side, right? If you go to my channel, if you scroll down on the post, you'll see a dude named Holy, right? It's one of my little homies that I be playing the video game with from Cleveland, right? And he's with Jim Jones, right? The Dipset right now. He on tour and stuff. He's in New York, and he's growing fast, right? But at first he wasn't growing. So I told the little homie when we were playing the game, like, look, bro, you just got to keep uploading videos. You know what I'm saying? You're young. You know what I'm saying? You're getting all kinds of babes. You know what I'm saying? They're going to love you. You know what I'm saying? Just keep uploading music and videos. And sure enough, I looked on there today. I think he just hit 12K, right? So he's moving on up. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say is keep putting your music out there, right? And when we create content, that's what you got to think about, bro. Don't put out negative energy music. Not saying that you got to put out all positive stuff, but you want to leave something that if someone passes away, like Tupac, people still know Tupac like he's still alive today. You know what I mean? But in Islam, they say, build a masjid. So in Christianity, if you built a church, right, and that church, after you passed away, it kept giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. That's continued blessings that you want to receive. You know what I mean? Or if you plant trees, you go plant some trees, right? And them trees continue to grow and they give oxygen to earth so that the people and the babies could breathe, Even when you pass away, your legacy still lives for as long as it can, because you got to think this generation, and as fast as it's moving, think about how many of y'all know the story about your great-great-great-grandpa. Not many of y'all, if any. I don't know the story about my great-great-great-grandpa. I asked my grandfather questions, right? So we got to stay conscious, and we're making videos that our great-great-great-grandkids will see. And so we don't have to ask them questions. How many of y'all know what your great-great-great-grandpa did? Because now our great-great-great-grandkids will know. They'll know we're trying to put out positive energy. And like I said in the beginning, man, don't let negative energy bring you backwards, right? When I was out there at the parade, there were so many people that was offering me alcohol. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And tell me stories how their friend was sober 7 years and they came and got drunk. And I'm like, well, what a coincidence. I got 7 years sober, but guess what? I'm not your friend and I'm not getting drunk. Well, I am their friend, but I'm not the person they're talking about. You know what I mean? He said, my goal is to make so many songs that album can be dropped 50 years a piece to help our people. That's what's up, man. And so keep working towards it. Keep working towards it. And every video, try to do it one step better, one step better. Like, I got a music video that I put out and I'm not even a musician. You know what I mean? That's how raw AI is getting, right? And I could have it create the words and everything through Suno AI, and there's Refusion AI and there's a couple more, right? But I was thinking about doing that, downloading it off of my TikTok and playing it for tomorrow's premiere before the live. I was thinking about doing that, but I don't know. It's a Jason. What I wanted to do when I was generating images, I used Jason from Friday the 13th because I couldn't get a consistent character a year ago. Now I could get a consistent character though. So I just used Jason from Friday the 13th because he had that mask. And so then if you look on the video, you'll see Tantrum Nose and Never Give Up and it's zombies and like, I don't know, it's a kind of cool little video, you know what I mean, for just learning how to do something. So that's why I said, like, I don't want to teach y'all just to accept the fish. I want to teach y'all how to fish. So I'm going to start doing educational quick videos, even if they're little 5 or 6 minute videos to get the algorithm going until I can start making 8, 10, 12 minute videos. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it should pick up. But if not, just know that I'm the type of person that don't give up. I'm not stressing it, you know what I'm saying? But all I ask is if you ain't gonna watch the video all the way through, please don't click on it, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm not the type of person that's in your tribe or the type of person that you want to watch grow from nothing to something, then go on unsubscribe, please, 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 please. I don't want fake subscribers or none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't need tragic magic, none of that weird stuff. And I'm not trying to be funny or nothing because I am thankful for every last subscriber that I do got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to build, y'all. And I want y'all to build, and I want y'all to grow and blossom into the best type of person you could be. And that's what I tell my little homies here every day when I'm tattooing them. Even the little homies, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to beat the little homies. I teach them stuff every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might tell somebody, I did 2 tattoos on them, and I told them $300, and they thought it was 300 and 300, and they sent me 600, and I tell them no. I sent them the 300 right back. I tell them no, it was 150 and 150. And they're like, wow, for real? And they be amazed because I gave them a deal. But I feel like if I can make that every day, then I'm good. I'm not no greedy person. And if you can manage your money correctly, then you'll be able to succeed in whatever you do. So if you work at McDonald's, save your money for a year and start a business and never look back. Be careful what you're going to school for, because AI is taking everything. And it'll probably even take over the tattooing real soon. So that's why I'm trying to keep ahead of the Joneses. You know, I'm not keeping up with the Joneses. I'm going to keep ahead because the Joneses is far behind. I'm going to have to show them the route. You know what I mean? When I win, all you win. Please stand with me. For sure. And that's how I feel. Like, I know who's been with me from day one, etc. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been a funny acting person when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to people that self-destruction, like some of my Crip homies that are still getting drunk, and probably, I don't know if they're, I heard people are doing drugs now and all kinds of stuff. I kind of left before fentanyl came around, but I don't think they're on fentanyl. I ain't gonna say that. But I just know that I can't be around them people no matter how good they are, how much they love me. Like, if you go look at Motivating to Soar's video, her video is, they're good people, but they are not for you. Right? And so, like, I might not relate to everybody, right? But there is some people that might live out on a farm or something like that that I might not relate to. But maybe some of the people need to understand, because they're so quick to judge a different type of culture. They should understand, you know what I mean? Like the Haitians, you gotta understand why the Haitians are doing what they're doing. People just talk stuff about the Haitians, but you gotta understand. Yeah, you have to comment and watch consistently, champion, stay up with certain ones. Yeah, and so like he does, for the most part, man, he's been pretty loyal too, for sure, man. I always see his name and stuff. That's why I always feel bad, because I don't know how to say the name correctly and I don't want to butcher it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to butcher it. Desi said, Lil Homies got a slurred, lazy, but rushed grammar and the conversation I'm learning. Yeah, for sure. And all these little dudes, I let them put their music on when they're doing their tattooing. Bro. Every last new rap artist sounds the same. They're all airing something out and they got the same beat, the same auto-tune sound. It's crazy, man. 330, what's up, brother? What's up, 330? Who is that? Which brother is that? Which 330 Cantonian or Akron homie is that? I put the winner up for the week for the free tattoo. 330, man. So look, one thing when I see 330, so 330 could be Youngstown, it could be Akron. Oh, what's up, man? Love you, bro. That's the brother right there, KT. Right? Yeah, that's the brother that we've been through a lot together, man. He taught me this. He's the one that brought me to this city, right? Is that what KT that is? That's KT? Cause I know I tattooed on a little homie named KT now, but the only one I feel like would have been on there would be KT. Yeah, for sure, man. He's the one that brought me to this city, y'all. To the Hall of Fame city, man. He could bear witness to how crazy I used to be and how much I changed my life around. You know what I mean? I used to make a lot of money doing all the wrong stuff. But that's what's up. I love the struggle now, because the struggle, I enjoy the struggle. I take care of like about 13 people and a fat ass little dog. And I mind my own business and I stay out other people's business. And I love everyone from a distance, man. I try not to use profanity as much no more. Sometimes when I be in here and I be talking to the little homies about self-destruction and they're laughing and they think everything's a game, well, I know how to communicate with them the correct way so they understand, you know what I mean? But that's the hour, y'all. If y'all want to rewatch, rewatch. Like I said, I've been stereotyped, misunderstood, but I'm still standing. I love y'all. Until tomorrow morning, peace.